Hey players, we wanted to walk you through the eligibility piece so that you can play this spring and possibly this summer. And this year it is a two-step process in order to be eligible to play. If it wasn't complicated enough before, the NCAA thought we can do better, let's make it more complicated. And so they've added an extra step. Now there's two pieces to this. There's the Eligibility Center and there's the BBCS. The BBCS is the basketball certification, and the Eligibility Center is run through the NCAA itself. And when you go to the NCAA Eligibility Center, this is where you are going to create a profile which will eventually generate an NCAA ID number that you're going to need for the BBCS. Just follow with me here. The Division III undecided is the way to go. It's free. The Division I, Division II costs money. I think it's $90. You don't need to do that now. You can always switch over later. When you go to create your profile, you'll land on this page. Again, this is all in part of the fun process that we get to go through. When you go to create your page, you're going to start with an email, and they do that because they want to make sure it's all legit. So you will put in your email you want to use for the NCAA Eligibility Center. That's going to generate an email with a validation code. That is the validation code you're going to need in order to move forward with your Eligibility Center profile. So on the next screen, which we won't get to because I'm not filling a form out, you'll need that number to validate your email. You have to do this within, I think it's within a day of each other. So once you generate that, make sure you go in and then create your profile. After you go through and create your profile on the Eligibility Center, it's back to the NCAA basketball certification system. Now, if you've played in the past, this may look familiar to you, and this is important because if you've already created an account, it is critical that you do not create a duplicate account. Use your old account. It does cause problems if you create multiple accounts. They won't know who we're looking for. If you can't remember your password, just go down there and have them resend it to you. If you've got problems, you can always use their toll-free number and their contact email form. Either way will help you get information. Now, if you haven't been here before, you'll need to set up a new account. And that's where you go down to the register as a new user button at the bottom. So you just scroll down and you click on it. And that's going to pull you up a profile form to fill out. The first question is important. You need to put yourself down as an athlete, as that will bring in the proper forms to fill out. So you'll put in your information. One thing that gets skipped is this address. You need to click on that and add your current address. You can add more if you've been moving around a lot, that's fine. And then down here is the NCAA number that you will receive after you filled out your Eligibility Center profile. You'll also need to use your email and your password in here that you used on the Eligibility Center. That's how those two systems are going to talk to each other. Fill out your password for the BBCS. Check off all of these different boxes. Let them know that you're doing things the right way. And then hit the preview button. Now, obviously, we didn't fill anything out, so everything's missing. But if you had filled it out, you would check this over, and if it looked good, you move on. If something's wrong, you'd change it, and it will take you back to make the changes so that you can submit it.
Once you've submitted it, we will be able to add you to our roster, and then you will be able to take the next step, which we will cover at a different time.